We are. Final hour. Lost initiative week 31. Let's continue.
I have a giant bird.
You have a giant bird that's smarter than you.
That ate my other
Can we
bird.
actually just replace Grommen with the bird as a party member? And
I
then
feel
Grommen can be the familiar of the bird party member?
No, I think that's pretty much what's going to happen.
So,
oh my god, Gertrude. That's a hilarious name.
So you, Thunky Thunk, we're told you speak to Obold, who is Grumsh, and Grumsh is Obold.
I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to fight too hard against that.
This is the person that's skeptical about you.
There's a few of those, but you mean the man at arms, the guy at arms?
Yes, Guthtar.
I mean, I really have no argument against that, so I won't argue. I'll let him go get Obold, or bring me to Obold.
So, do you announce the reason why you're going to have a meeting with Obold is because Prince is with you, or do you allow the announcement to be made because you're there with Prince's group without Prince? Just more or less. We're not going to explicitly say it, but
I kind of want to. Well, the plan here is to
are you marching? My apologies. Are you marching the body out in the open, or is
yeah? The plan. So the plan was to march the body out into the open, get to whoever, either Brimwell or Obold, and when they get there, just push the body off the horse and let it flop in front of their faces, more or less, in a very dramatic fashion.
You can totally still do that to King Obold. Does 5e have a gentle repose?
I don't know. I don't. Even if it did, I don't have it. So
okay.
It's been rotting. The body has been rotting.
Rotting body.
I'm assuming it's wrapped up in cloth.
Yummy. Contain the maggots.
Yeah, of course.
It's hold them in there. Okay, yummy. So there you are, traveling along and making your way to blah blah blah. You're given the audience because it is seen very obvious, at the body. You said it's out in the open, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna. It's probably
so
in
people
cloth,
know. People know.
over.
You get there pretty easily. You get the meeting almost immediately. By the time you get up to where it is you need to go, the meeting is being had. And so you're brought down through a throne room. Big, huge open doors where a small wagon could easily make its way. Into a throne room where there is, sitting atop of his throne, is King Obold himself, sitting on his throne made out of stone, there's a horn coming off either side of it. He sits there comfortably. The man he's a large orc. He is, but certainly not the largest orc you've ever seen. Grommen is still taller than him, even if he's taller than you. Okay. He has features that are very, very orcish features, very pronounced. It's not that he's a gorgeous man by orcish standards. But he has the way his jaw's chiseled in every part of him. He's a very imposing man. He sits there in his throne chair in what would be his signature way of sitting, which he's sitting very much forward and leaning forward with the hand holding up his head as he's kind of looking out, taking in the sight of everything that's around him. Point of fact, he does have both of his eyes. He doesn't only have one eye or anything like that. He is wearing armor. The armor is very decorative, so whether or not it's ceremonial or functional, you don't know. Sitting on the side of his throne is a large greatsword that's sitting there leaned against the side of the throne with an arm's reach if need be. And all around this throne room, you do see that there are a bunch of other orcs that are about watching this. Most of them wearing armor or leathers or having weapons on them. But some of them, and I mean a small handful, are wearing, oh God, this is so hard to describe. Orcish fashion, gentry, fancy noble clothes, but of what must be the earliest beginnings of orcish nobility fashion.
Oh God.
It's very
they are
earthy,
becoming humans.
It's very earthy colors. It's very earthy tones. So more of a muted red. Mm-hmm. It's for browns, greens, stuff like that. But the design is very simple. It's pretty obvious what it is because it's clearly not functional for combat. they do have wraps around their waist, and even some of them wearing bits of jewelry. The jewelry itself doesn't look to be like orcish made jewelry. It's a combination of human, dwarven, elven make jewelry that they have on themselves. And if they were to walk into any other courtroom or among any other court, they'd be laughed at for their lack of fashion, style, whatever. But here, it is orcish noble fashion, I guess. Standing up on either side of King Obold himself are three figures. Two figures. Yes, hold on. Wait. Two figures? His two remaining sons? Oh my god, I forgot his son's names for a second. There's Brimuel is standing to his right. Then there's Scrouth, who is the one that you've heard stories of. Yeah, Scrouth, who's there. And then is it Olgrin, who is Ugrith, who's nicknamed Prince.
That's Prince, and then Orog.
Orog, that was the other one's name. His name is Urog. So and he's so there's the son standing up there. The one Urog being there is kind of an unusual thing, but he is there right now.
That's a dumb one.
You can tell which ones they are because there's Brimuel, who you know, missing an eye and staring at you intensely with this extreme intensity. There's the fierce one. There's the God, me and my names. There's Scrouth, who's standing there, whose hand is like itching, waiting to grab for a weapon. Like you can tell, like he's waiting for something to happen so he can just react to it. And then there's Urog, who's literally picking his nose, like like a knuckle and a half deep, literally picking his nose right now. And so as things are riding up, as you guys are walking up, and you have the wagon, the cart pulling the body with you. He's watching you silently, just watching to see why you're there, the people on either side. What do you do? How do you react?
Oh, so my plan was to have like the body draped over like my horse or whatever I was riding in.
Sure, or horse, because
and then once,
that'd be even simpler.
Yeah, and then once like we come to a stop in front of of Obald and stuff, to kind of push the body forward and off the horse and to have it just like land on the floor.
Like a sickening flap.
Yeah, in front of them. And just gesture to it and just say, I bring to you the proceedings of what happens when you attempt to bargain with humans.
Brimuel does not move a single muscle. Like, you don't think he's blinked since you walked into this room and all the way to the front of it. Looking down at the body, hearing the sickening crack, you can see the face of Scrouth twitches, like he was like about to react to it, like and just like jump into action. And the other brother is just maybe pushed like another half knuckle up more. Staring at the body, listening to the sickening slap and whatnot. Obold watches this happen. Is that what I believe it to be?
I'll swing my leg over of the warg and like pop off of the warg, taking a few steps forward. This is your son.
How?
A trap laid in a cave. A cave of gold. Skags, a few humans. And I'll look back. Most made it. Your son was brave and led the fight.
A trap in a cave full of gold.
Under the pretense of bargaining with the humans first.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know who you are. And so you'll stop waggling that tongue of yours, or I'll wear it for a week. And then he points at the guy that's with you, the one that's like that, was it Guthtar? And says, speak. Guthtar like looks like around for a moment, takes a step forward, and he's like, he was talking. He's right. He's thunk. He was talking, and there were words, and things were going towards fighting, and then it seemed like peace, You know, I don't understand their language as well as Prince. His name's not Prince. And so like with that, like the entire audience, like everybody like steps back and like is like afraid for a second, and he's like bows down like very, very low, like borderline kissing his own knees, and he's like, I know speak as well as Ugrith, and Ugrith was there, and things were going well, and a woman appeared, but it still happened. Things look like peace, like you said, and like Obold commands, and Obold is Grumsh, and Grumsh is Obold, and it echoes throughout the chamber. Obold is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obold, Obold is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obold, and including Brimowell himself, the first time even moving, you can see him lipping the words himself. He says, but after humans leave, Thonk, he's not happy with things that happen with Ugrith, and he killed Ugrith in the name of Grumsh.
God damn it. Well,
and so
rip Thonk.
And so Obold turns his gaze off of him and onto you. And as the gaze leaves him and goes to you, the guy who is still at the tail end of a sentence just cuts it off and steps back several steps. And he stares at you and he says, trap. Trap. Skags.
And a weak leader. And I like step on his son.
You see him as weak. Why?
He died to my touch, and he tried to bargain with the humans while the humans were backed into a corner.
You are a cleric of Grumsh and given powers that he cannot resist, being a follower of Grumsh.
And Grumsh says to take what is yours, not bargain with the weaklings who have it.
Grumsh is Obold, and Obold is Grumsh. You have power of Grumsh, but I have Grumsh.
If you are Grumsh, then take my power from me.
He will move so fast. The speed at which he moves from, like, Grommen's quick, right? Like, Grommen has the ability to double move as a bonus action. Grommen can move fucking quick, right? He moves like a haste spell was casted on him. This guy moves so fucking fast from the throne to your throat that you don't even have a moment to think. But that's okay. The fact that he runs down those stairs and grabs you by your throat in that speed, that's not what steals the wind from you. It's the 7 extra steps and the slam against the pillar behind him that just takes the wind from your lungs mid-sentence.
That's what happens when you fight an avatar.
And so there you are with the back of your head ringing with pain. With the wind stolen from your lungs, you felt the ferociousness of his son, but here you are, not dealing with Prince, not dealing with the diplomatic one. Here you are dealing with the full fury of Papa, who is seen, at least by these people, as being one and the same with the God that you serve. And so that air is stolen from your lungs. And he is holding you by your throat and against this pillar. And only then, after like a couple moments, do you realize that while your throat's in one hand, there is a sword in his other.
Yeah.
It's a great sword, and it is ablaze with fire. The whole thing is just got a roaring flame all the way up it, and he does not seem to care. And he's holding it out, ready to swing it if he needs to. You're just looking down the majesty of this person who's easily, not even the slight, like if Grommen would pick you up by your throat and hold you against a wall, there'd be effort there. There is no effort here. He is just holding you like you were a child. And so here he is holding you and looking you, his eyes burrowing into yours. And he says, you are a servant, and so you take orders. Did Grumsh come to you and tell you to do these things himself? Did Grumsh speak to you the way that Grumsh speaks to me? I do not think he did. So instead you're a damned fool and took someone else's orders. Tell me, lapdog, Whose ass were you licking?
See, all right, I'm gonna lay it out out of game, my thought process here. Chaos is one of the absolute pillars of my god.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't get my way with a war, then sowing chaos among the orcs here, at least they'll be going to war with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So do I sell out Brimwell? See, I don't serve Obold. I serve Grumsh, and sure, maybe he's like part of it.
Obold,
Yeah, bullshit. That's not, I don't necessarily believe, like, Thonk doesn't necessarily buy into that.
I don't know if you got the message, but the word on the street is that Grumsh is Obold and
almost. All right, cool. You should take that chain and turn it into a song for Otto.
Oh my gosh, we should all do it.
Oh, that'd be the chorus. Grumsh is Obold, Obold is Grumsh. Like
So,
some
like,
serious,
it takes a
boring
minute.
Beatles song.
So he's holding me. I'm gasping for my breath, and I'm holding it. And these thoughts are obviously going through Thonk's head as well, but much more rapid pace.
Mm-hmm.
And he like barely is able to like lift his head, and he just looks him in the eye and says, "I take the orders from your own flesh and blood."
He's looking at you. You feel like his hands, the way he's got you by the throat,
Yeah.
he like flexes it ever so slightly to remove some of the pressure from your trachea. You know, if he just did that same motion the opposite direction, you wouldn't have one. But so he, with precision, removes just enough pressure from your trachea that you can speak more clearly.
Mm-hmm. And does he ask for more? Or is he looking at me like
Just
expectantly?
staring at you.
One of your sons.
He lets go of you, so you unceremoniously flop. You can make me an acrobatics to not hit your.
I can try.
Yeah, like last time.
12.
You actually do land on your feet, like your knees buckle for a moment, but you're able to like hold yourself against the pillar and stand yourself up like.
Yeah.
And so, without even turning around, he just he turns and he walks over to the middle of the chamber, like where the walkway was up towards the actual throne room itself. And as he's turning, without looking up, he says, "Brimwell, come to me now." And like the crack of a whip, Brimwell immediately starts walking forward towards his father. And he and Obold waits until Brimwell is close enough that where he's like looking down at the moment, he's staring at Brimwell's feet, only 6 or 7 feet ahead of him. And finally he looks up and looks Brimwell fully in the face and says, "Scrouth follows every order, just like Ugrith. There is only one here that thinks that they know me better than I know me." And when he says that, make me an insight check.
Fuck. 24.
Clearly it's begrudging, but he says it anyways. Brimwell responds saying, "Obold is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obold." "That's right.
Obold is Grumsh, Grumsh.
Isn't that the case? So how dare you interpret my words different than how I would say them?" And so with this, Brimwell finally, for the first time, kind of like cracks his persona as how he's held it with you, with him, with everything up until this point. And he says, "We are orcs. We are here to kill. We are here to take. We are here to burn. And we are going to take claim over the ashes. I would rather control ashes than to share kingdoms. We are orcs. This is how we were born. This is how Grumsh has always had us live our lives." And so Brimwell continues on down this, like another few lines around this path for a while. And Obold lets him finish his lines. And then he looks over to you, Thonk, and just looks at you expectantly.
Who? Obold?
Obold.
Looks at me expectantly?
Mhm.
What the fuck does he want for me to do?
Just looks at you.
And I look him at him back.
He wants you to kneel, bitch.
Oh, I ain't kneeling. Fuck this guy. He's gonna kill me. I'm gonna die here. Well, I'm just gonna lock eyes with him and look back.
Okay. You don't say anything. He looks back over at Brimuel and he says, "Tell me, my father, where is he? His father, where is he? And his father and then one before." You don't know the answer to any of those questions. Not a one. Yes, you can pray. You can prostrate yourself alone in a chamber, begging and pleading for a little bit of information of your past. And maybe Grumsh will give you that information, bless you with it. Or maybe he tells you to fuck off. What happened to the king of Cormyr? And the one before that? And the one before that? What of his cousins? What of his children? What of all their relatives? All documented, all remembered, all a part of this world long since they've passed, and will be forevermore recorded in the libraries all of across Faerun. And where are orcs? A shit stain at the bottom of every boot.
Who's saying this, by the way?
Obold.
Okay.
An annoyance in every tome. We've had our moments. We've had our wars. We've had our victories. All of them failures. Until this keep, named after our tribe, fought for by you, by me, by them, by orcs. This is our place. This is our direction. We fight, we burn, we keep, and we grow. Will there be fighting? Yes. But there will also be peace. Will there be burning? Yes. But there will also be life. We will continue to be orcs, but not the way we were before, forgotten and shit on. We will be orcs that rule, and we will continue to expand over time. Will you see the expansion? No, you are a fool. Will I see it? No, I'll be dust. But will my children and their children and their children, not yours, but theirs? And he specifically points at Urag, who's literally like not quite found it yet.
He's been digging for a while.
Theirs will. Because they understand there is power and there is glory. Which do you want? And when he says that, which do you want? He finishes it looking over at Thunk.
I would take death over power and power and what was the other thing? Power and what?
Glory.
Power and glory.
So
if that means being subservient to others.
He turns full-fledged and stares at you like full on.
No, here we go. I can't take this guy. I'm dead.
Your voice. You're not from here. East. You have Shao in your tone. Far east. Where is it? Not Rashamen? Thesk? Are you from Thesk?
What is where my place of origin matter?
We are where we're from and the experiences we have. You are not a cleric of Grumsh because you were chosen at birth. You were made that way through experiences and luck. Thesk you're from. Yes. Why are you here? Why are you in my kingdom? Why are you shitting on what I've built? Why are you devolving my orcs?
Devolving? I don't know about that, sir. What I'm here for is for the blessing and eye of Grumsh to turn his gaze to the east.
For what?
My people. You sit on a mountain of pillows and silk and nonsense while our orcs are slaves to humans and other pathetic weaker breeds.
Sounds like you're just too weak to solve your own problems.
Sounds like you're too comfortable to get off your lazy ass and take what's yours.
I did take what's mine. I've got a kingdom far larger than yours, don't I? I answer to no one but myself.
Ah, I forgot. We settle once we get a little piece of land for ourselves and don't continue to expand outward.
We don't lose what we take. We keep what is ours. Instead of groveling from the ground every time we get a little itch.
And how did you get this land again? Remind me. You fought. You killed.
Yes.
And that's it. You're done now.
No. Expansion takes time. How about the Tugan Horde? How did they do?
Sorry, out of game. Who the fuck are the Tugan Horde?
Actually, not orcs, humans, but they came from the even further east. Sorry. Tugan Horde, orcs. They came from even further east. No, my apologies. Humans, not orcs. Humans. The orcs actually. So the Tugan Horde came from off of Faerun, even further east than Faerun, and waved into that whole region, the unapproachable east, and tried to take over it with just sheer force of like tens of thousands of horseback riders. Think like the Dothraki Horde. Trying to like take over the region. And the way that the humans were able to survive and the way the orcs were able to survive were by joining together and uniting and having successes to push back the Horde with their battle tactics, which is actually why it is that the family that you were working with forever ago, before you tried to kill their son, why it is that they actually really try to promote for orcs in a positive political way, much like what's happening here, but without conquest through reward of actions taken in the past.
So the Tugan Horde failed, is what you're saying.
Tugan Horde failed because what they did was try to expand by force and force alone. Once they had victories, they kept trying to push more and more and more.
Then my answer is simple. You're comparing yourselves to humans. Pathetic.
I'm comparing you to humans.
That they failed?
You will fight, and you will burn, and you will win. And then you will fight, and you will burn, and you will win. And then you will fight, and you will burn, and you will be dust.
If I die in battle, then that is a glorious death.
Then let that death be yours. But I'd rather have my orcs live and shape. When you are long forgotten in the history books, look upon those that you have interacted with and see nothing.
Let your legacy be seen in the dirt below, and the blood spilled in the land taken and not written down by some scholar in a dusty old lonely room. Why must you be remembered by name? Why must you be so consumed with yourself? Let your legacy live out through your people, not through a book to be taught to children.
You're such a child.
And you're such a human.
Look at you. You're throwing out human like it's the worst thing that there is. You're saying that you would rather satisfy your own needs than those of your kin. I look to make all orc kind better, and you look to satisfy your own glory. You're like a child sitting in a room jerking his own horn. You are nothing.
Nothing wrong with that. Let it happen. That's fine.
Don't kink shame me. You are just a child. I will service orcs, but as petulant as you are not of my kin. You are from the east, and you came here for the Eye of Grumsh, and you are here before Grumsh, and you are asking for his eye. You want Grumsh eye? You want my aid? Ask me, child. Prostrate yourself in front of me, like all other clerics do in front of Grumsh. Ask me for my power, and you shall have it. Ask me for your means of success, and you shall have it. Understand, and you will learn.
Thonk stands there for a while. Ask him for it. Fuck that. I don't want to ask him for it. Thonk just sits there for a bit. He locks eyes, and then he just turns and starts to walk away. And before he fully leaves, he just there was something I wanted to say, and it's gone now. It's out of my head. Yeah, no, I guess Thonk just kind of turns and just walks. Sit in your cushy throne and die of old age surrounded by treasure like an old king found in the East. I'll continue to be an orc. Even if I only have half the blood, I'll act more orc than you.
I will ask one last time before you leave this chamber, boy. You traveled this far to the west.
And I am disappointed. And I walk.
So you interrupt him?
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
That last time? No. So you interrupt him that last time. He won't say anything. You just hear a heavy swish of a weapon, a loud thunk to the ground, and then another flop to the ground after that. Do you turn around and look to see what it was, or do you just keep walking out?
Oh God, I'll turn my head but keep walking.
Brimawell is now headless on the floor.
I had a feeling. Yeah, I'll walk away. If he wants to kill his own sons, that's fine. His legacy will live through his nose picker and the other one.
And so Thonk chooses to leave instead of ask for the aid of Grumsh. Grumsh is old as Grumsh, and so
But Thonk doesn't believe that he's necessarily Grumsh,
of course.
So.
And so now Thonk leaves this this castle, feeling as though he's been betrayed in some way. Like
because it's so hard not to metagame because at a game I know, but in game Thonk doesn't know.
No. Of course, Thonk's making the decisions based off of what he believes to be the truth.
Thonk still has his head.
Yeah, me too.
And so
here's the chant of Obald is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obald.
And when you leave, you are able to leave his castle, you're able to leave his keep, and you're able to leave this region. So you can start by yourself heading your way back to I guess Silvery Moon, where your friends are.
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm heading.
However, before you leave everywhere, the man that you had seen before in the bottom of the temple, he does come up to you and he says, you know who I'm talking about? The one that almost never left the temple?
Yeah, the little his little
Thunk.
Yeah, I look to him.
I'm gonna need that.
What's he talking about?
He gestures towards the whistle necklace that you have.
Oh, the whistle neck? Is that the ward necklace? Oh, that's fine. I'll pick it up and I'll just throw it at him.
May Grumsh burn those who oppose you. And it just kind of like turns, and you can clearly tell he's like very like downtrodden at the moment, but trying not to show emotions because me orc. And he makes his way back away from you, and Thonk is going to have to start his long, lonely trek.
Yep.
Down through the woods into Silvery Moon. Maggie, you're done eating the boar and all that stuff, and do you eventually make your way back to the town that night?
Yeah, I imagine that like me and my new friend kind of talk a little bit. I explained that like, you know, I can only talk to him in his like this for so long, so it's not something I can do all the time. So we kind of learn some motions and stuff like that I had trained.
I understand. Not the green people. I don't understand the green people, but I understand people.
Oh.
The language of those that lived in towns near. I understand them. We grow to listen. We speak to them. We've always been friendly with nearby towns in case there were bigger problems. It was your people, the green people who had killed us, the orcs.
Oh, this will make things very, very easy then. And then Grauman kind of talks with him a little bit more, and while they're chatting, he also mentions that he's like, you know, they're eating a little bit, and he's like, you know, eat me, right?
Eat you? You know, eat me.
No, I know eat you, but you know eat me, right?
No, I fought orcs, and I've had to rip them apart, and you taste disgusting.
Oh.
your meat is gritty and it leaves for very foul experience later.
I no eat you either. I never have eagle.
Oh, good.
But I eat other bird. Is that okay?
I eat birds.
Oh yeah, you eat bird of your own kind.
I'm not an eagle.
Oh, what are you?
A giant eagle.
Grauman like thinks for a moment. He's like, but would that not make you eagle? Just big eagle.
I'm telling you the naming I'm telling you the name that your people know as, but just because I'm known as Giant Eagle doesn't mean I'm actually eagle but big. I might look like them, but we're different.
This
like,
conversation could go on for 30 minutes.
Right? Yeah.
like
Yeah, basically it goes on, and they're just.
well, no. He says so. I do have a good correlation. He does say, like, those that walk on two legs and cannot fly. There are those of them that are pink, and there are those of them that are pink and small, but they're always small. Are the bigger ones so different from the little ones that they cannot? Sorry, so similar to the little ones that they cannot eat them?
I guess everyone could eat everyone, but people don't do that, cause it's not right.
But you can eat birds.
Some people think it not right.
So
But
you're
I
telling
think it tastes good.
you tell me the big people on two legs don't eat the little people on two legs?
No, not normally, unless you really, really, really hungry, or. Yeah, no, not normally.
I've learned something new today. The sun is starting to set. I'm going to have to find a peak that is comfortable for me to sleep. Perhaps I'll see you tomorrow. I starts getting up to go.
I meet you. Okay.
It calls down as it like flies overhead for a moment. I'm sure you'll see me. And then kind of like flies off.
It's hard to miss it.
I mean, yeah.
Especially when you can see a mile away as though it's only 100 feet, you know? Like, fuck.
Grumman watches it as it flies off for a little while, and then he starts walking back to the town as he realizes it's getting late. There's no way he's going to catch up to where Thonk is at.
You eventually get back to town, and Otto and Rye have been drinking for a while. Rye, were you drinking much? I can't remember.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. You get back there, and they've been drinking for a while. They're
I don't need the drinking, buddy.
Yeah.
The whole place has been emptied out. It's emptied out for a while. Only a few other like late stragglers still drinking when Grauman finally makes his way back in.
I've gotten out my my rainbow roll die, and we're playing on the table.
Did you guys see that art? The rainbow roll art?
Yeah.
Which one?
It was good.
Who did it? Was it Midori that did that one?
I
I think. Jellyfish Pirate, I should say. I think.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it was cute. It was I think it was Otto and Simwick, and there was like the die, and the whole thing was a sketch, but just the die was in color.
That's great. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I saw that one.
It's cool. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just tossing the rainbow die. I chose blue. What'd you choose, Sam?
Red.
All right. So that's 1 point to you. Good choice.
Sam looks at the thing. He's like,
I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen it.
Do you know how to roll the die, Sam?
Where you going?
No.
If you click over under the hamburger menu on the side and scroll all the way down to rollable tables, there's going to be something that says rainbow rolls. You can click that.
Okay.
The collection sub menu on the top of the chat box.
What am I clicking?
On your in Roll20, you got your chat window, right? And there's a hamburger looking menu. If you hover over it with your mouse, it'll say collection.
bulletins. And you scroll all the way down to rollable tables, and it says,
yeah.
what's token do?
Yeah, what does token do?
Does nothing.
Oh, it literally makes a token. It's on the map now. If you look at,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
yeah. So now there's like a few tokens on the map.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm red.
Yeah, rise up 2-0. This is going
Oh
great.
god, yeah, right. I know, huh? What?
Oh, you
purple.
can just right click it and do random side.
That's a half a point for you as well, right? And half a point for you, Otto, at
Well,
blue.
the purple was rolled by Grommen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you
Okay.
can right click the token on the thing. It's cool.
You can. You can actually also choose the side too. You can be like, I'll choose this one. You know. But
That's cheating.
So yeah, we're just playing Rainbow Roll on the table.
okay, so you guys go play Rainbow Roll, and when Gromman comes walking in, seeing that they're rolling the die back and forth, Rye's learning a new way of cheating people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. One's at 3 points, one's at 1 point.
You are way better at this than Simwick.
I don't really know what I'm doing. It's fun though.
That's enough, I guess.
I don't think Sam knows what he's doing, like IRL.
I don't know what Rainbow Roll
This
is.
is amazing! Oh my god, this is amazing! Okay, keep going, keep
I
going.
wasn't here for this.
No, I know. That's why I was like,
That
wait.
didn't even occur to me that you were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you can actually teach him.
So Otto is explaining this to her in a drunken stupor. So you're rolling. You picked the red color, and when you get the red color, you get a point. And when you get a color that has some red in it, you get half a point, like a purple or orange. There's another one. There's another one. You can get half a point from that, and we keep rolling until someone has 5, and then they're the winner.
Right. What do you win?
You win. Well, I mean, normally we're playing with money, but here, looks around for a second. What do you have? I don't have anything to wager. Do you want to put some gold on it?
Loser buys the next round.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Rolls again.
Cool.
Yep. Okay, so I got a half a point. You got a half point. You're up 3.5 to 1.5. Oh, that's nothing, I don't think. Let me consult the out of game master of colors. We're good? Okay.
I like that drunk Otto doesn't know, so you just go with it.
He's
You're like,
really
"Oh,
trying-
this, but
He's
that."
having to think really hard about the color differentiation. Okay, that's another no pointer. Good. Does Grommen come in at some point here, I'd imagine?
Well, green is halfway between yellow and blue, so green is actually half a point for Rye.
No,
technically.
green is a primary.
RGB.
No,
RGB.
blue and
No,
yellow are
green is
primary.
not primary. It's yellow.
Is that green?
It's yellow, red.
Are
Oh,
you a
it
red
says
green
green.
deficiency?
It says green if yeah, I'm colorblind. It says green if you mouse over it.
It's green, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Colorblind?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't play this then. Fuck.
You can. 'Cause if I mouse over it, it says what color it is.
Okay.
Well, also if you memorize the number to color, but I mean, do you really want to
Oh,
memorize
like-
that?
Oh yeah, like 4 is green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because the primaries are red, blue, and yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah. So just to retally the points, that was 2 points to Rye, half a point to. Oh wait, who's red again? Rye, right? 2 points to Rye, half a point to Otto, then half a point to Rye, then 2 half points to Rye. Oh man.
No,
Wow.
what I really hope is
So-
that Rye is actually colorblind, and then they're
Jesus.
arguing about what color it is. Like, that would be the best thing.
Okay, no, that's canon now. Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's green? That looks like yellow to me.
It's green. It's clearly green. Grommen, hey, this is green, isn't it? It's clearly green.
It's yellow.
This is a
Brahman
green
picks it
die.
up and he's like, "It looked green."
No.
Green. It's green.
You're in on it.
In on what?
Don't worry about it. Come
Grumman leans
sit
in
down.
and he's like,
Sit down.
Grumman leans in and he's like, "Are you cheating again?" Otto?"
No, I would. I didn't. I never cheat. I never cheated. It was.
Oh,
I'm
me neither.
just good at it.
Right gets up to like buy the round and like walks off to the bar. She's like sulking.
Get me one too.
All right.
Grumman sits down next to Otto, and he's like, Otto,
Yeah.
I found. He looks around and he's like, I found a really big bird. Like, Grumman's like holding out his arm.
Otto's fascinated. Whoa. Like really that big? Like bigger than
Like-
you?
He's bigger than my horse.
Otto's eyes get wider.
And
Where?
and he's smart. He talk. Like more
Talks?
yeah, better than Sir Fancy Feather. Also, he eats Sir Fancy Feather.
What?
Yeah. Grumman looks sad. Grumman actually takes Otto's drink and drinks some of it and puts it back down.
Otto doesn't, he's not even phased by it. He's just staring at Grumman. What? Wait a minute. You met a giant bird that talks to you and it ate your other eagle?
Grumman's like shakes his head and he's like, "Yep." And then he takes your drink and he drinks the rest of it.
Where did it go?
Well, we ate a boar and we talked for a really long time, and then he say he needs sleep or something about some sunset, some nest, something, I don't know. And then he fly away.
I was just staring at him. I like how could you let that thing go away? That's
That or Grumman, and you've had this experience, maybe ate some mushrooms he shouldn't have.
No, that was Otto who ate
That's
the
what I'm
mushroom.
saying. So
I
Otto
know,
knows.
yeah.
Otto knows.
well, shouldn't we like follow it? Or something?
Oh, he say he find me later, or I find him.
Okay.
You will like him. Or her. I'm not sure. It has no name. But it say I can name it maybe if it like name. Will you help me name it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I need to see it first.
Oh yeah, you like it. And it let me ride and we go really high.
You
More
got to
high than I
ride
ever
on
did
it? You got to ride on an eagle bigger than a horse?
Grumman shakes his head.
God damn it. Takes a big drink. Why don't you guys call me when you do the fun stuff?
I have no way to call you.
You need to get one of these. He holds up the stone.
Grumman takes the stone from you and he's like, knocks it on his head, bites into it, and he's like, a rock?
Yeah, I talked to Thunk with it.
Hello, Thonk.
I'm looking up the rules right now. He knows what to
I
happen.
was like, does that work? I don't know how it works.
At will, standard action until the end of your next turn, and when speaking into the stone.
It worked.
I believe it does. I'm just gonna double check somewhere else, but let's just assume yes for now.
Thunk doesn't reply. He's too busy
No.
being. Well, actually, no. This is still like on his way
Yeah,
to the keep.
traveling.
Thunk says hello.
See, cool, huh?
Did Thonk say anything back?
He says
Yeah,
hello.
he said hello.
Oh,
Otto said, see, that's cool, isn't it?
that cool. I need one.
You gotta
Is
get
everything I'm saying getting translated to Thonk?
No, I think it's like you use it if it's one action and then it stops.
Okay.
It's like overhearing our drunken conversation.
Come back to,
Yeah, I'm like listening in like someone
TMG.
butt dialed me.
Yeah, we butt dialed you on the transfer stone. That's great. Yeah.
I was hoping so because it'd be funny. Grumman hands the stone back to you and he's like, I need one of those. Where you get that from?
Oh, I don't remember actually. Where did I get this?
Can't be used again until the next dawn. So why don't we just say that you guys drank so late, it's dawn. And so Thonk is literally getting up and going through his morning routine the next day. And Thonk's like,
Thonk.
Grumman's like, hi Thonk. And he's like, hi. That's it. You can't use it again until next dawn.
Just had to check in.
We just
Where
like
did I get the stone though, Scott?
Off a body, maybe.
Yeah, like ages. You guys just did like it's got like one of the first handful of sessions. You just didn't use it for most of the campaign until recently. Yeah. It's like your wands that find secret doors. It works 3 times a day. You guys never use.
Otto takes the stone.
Wait, we have a wand that finds secret doors?
We've gone through this before. Yes.
I don't even have this on my list of things. Hold on, I'm adding this to my list of things that we have.
It's like the wand of finding or the wand of secrets or something like that. It's called. But remember, like, because I was like, why didn't you guys use that wand and the Nymph Island? And you're like, wait, we have a wand, and I was like, yeah.
I don't have this on my list. I have like a ton of other stuff. So it's a wand of finding.
I can find out the name.
Find secret doors 3 times a day.
3 charges?
3 times a day or 3
day.
charges?
I'll find out the name in a moment.
Wand of finding.
Well, on that nonsense, we could probably wrap
Wand
it
of
here.
Secrets. So wand of secrets. The wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. And if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points to the one nearest to you. The wand regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I need to get myself some stones.
Some stones. Like whiskey stones?
Maybe I could get a stone for me and a stone for my bird.
Yoon stones? Like to buzz around your head? Like, I got a flying stone. Perpetual motion.
I guess, yeah, we just like hang out and Grauman just tells Otto, and when Rai comes back, they explain it to Rai as well.
Okay. And
probably everyone thinks that Grauman's just drunk.
Okay, so to finish up session 31, Thonk has he's ahead of you guys in the future now, but you're about to start traveling to him. Blah blah blah. We can deal with that later on. But you guys definitely need to level up your characters for next session because it didn't apply this session. For next session, you will be level 6 no matter what. Maggie apparently has a friend that is a big bird, but not a giant. Well, let's see. Otto's on a 2-day bender and might continue down this path of like he's always been an alcoholic, but been kind of able to hold it together. I don't know lately, Otto. And Rai is going through a crisis right now of identity and what she needs to do. But right now she knows that she's on a path nowhere near Thonk to help Otto with something that can maybe make him transcend. Thonk. I mean, I'm
surprised. Well, listen, the victory of today is I'm somehow alive.
Listen, I know where that could have gone, and I'm excited to tell you where it could have gone after.
Yeah, I would have been dead. It just called me like a sword in my stomach or like my head on the floor.
I'm just saying, secret information. I'll tell you in a little bit. But so you guys have to level your characters. And why am I feeling like I'm missing something? Oh, Rai, in case you choose to share with others, you're able to count that out to 4,000 gold pieces.
Cool. All right.
4,000 gold for saving the town.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody, on week 31. We will be back on Thursday for Vampire the Requiem Bloodlust. The Requiem.
How was that?
Ask the players. They enjoyed it. I ran it.
It was a lot of fun.
I liked it a lot because it's very story driven and like role play driven. So I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And, oh man, it was fun. Everyone's characters are fantastic.
So yeah, no, the characters were all amazing. Like it was really fun getting to know all the characters. Fucking Jimmy is so funny.
I love Jimmy.
But the
Leaves
story
me alone is the best thing. I'm like this little girl and he leaves me alone in a club. She's got a thing. It's okay.
The story, Sam, went from like first gear, throttled. It went from first gear to second gear to fifth gear, and then literally hovered in fifth gear into the end of the session. It was pretty intense. It was a lot of fun, and watching everybody succeed, but poor Nika just fail left and right at the only thing she's good at.
Nika's character is built to like talk to vermin and like have them be useful to her.
Sam, do you know what Willard is? Are you familiar with Willard? Because nobody else. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't know what Willard was. So right. Willard And she's not
I
Willard.
don't think he knows what a Willard.
She like her whole build is built around like rolling a ton of dice to talk and like coerce vermin to do her bidding. And the 2 times she did it, she botched both rolls and had no successes. And just like this rat that just like looked at her and then just continued eating garbage because she just flat out failed her
And
roll.
then she murdered both of them.
Yeah.
And there was Boob Rat.
There was Boob Rat and Woo Girl Stacy, which people kept spamming in. Because there was like a part where you went to a club.
So she has like one singular rat.
Well, she goes.
It's a dead rat in her cleavage.
Well, yeah, she killed she killed the rat that didn't listen to her, and then she saved it and put it in her like cleavage, and she like left
This is
it.
nothing like Willard.
Well, she's yeah.
She has more than, she can talk to other rats, not just that one rat.
All right, okay, that's kind of like Willard.
Yeah,
She can talk to other vermin type and get them to do things for her.
All right,
But
all right.
both the times she talked to rats, and both times
They
did
ignored
not
her.
listen very
And
well.
she killed them both. So. It was really fun. My goal as like the DM is to like not have that overarching feeling of emo sadness that that is perversely in every aspect of Vampire, like the game, the rule set, and not also make you feel like fanged superheroes. Because that's another.
I think you need to embrace the emo sadness, dude.
It's cool to be. It's fine to be dark, like have a dark storyline.
Don't worry,
and
there
stuff.
is enough
Sam,
emo sadness for all of us.
I am the emo sadness. So I'm gonna do this really quick thing because I'm sure everybody has other things to do.
Yeah, I gotta poop really bad.
Our characters, Maggie and my characters know each other. She's a 9-year-old girl, and I'm in like my mid to late 20s, whatever. We both got turned by the same sire on the same night because I was drunk driving and got in a car accident and murdered her and her grandpa as a 9-year-old
Well, it's not
girl.
murder. You act well.
I vehicular homicided her and her grandpa. And
Very
so
strange verb.
she got turned. She got turned into a vampire, and I did too. So now every day I have to stare at this little girl that died because I got in a car accident with
my
her.
character has
So,
amnesia
emo.
and doesn't remember it. Doesn't
Yeah.
So
remember.
I try to avoid as much sadness as I can within the main storyline.
yeah.
They bring it on their own. It's great.
Yeah.
I really like it. I love the D10 rule system and stuff, so it's really fun. But we'll be back. So that'll be Thursday at 9 p.m. PST, or EST rather, 6 p.m. PST. We'll go around the room and see what people are doing this week. I'm going to say, Sam, you go first, but I already know you're balls deep in Path of Exile, so.
I am, and also I want to play Shadow of Mordor. So I think I'm going to
It's
be
a great game.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing through Shadow of Mordor on the DLCs this week, and yeah, Path of Exile has stolen my soul.
You'll get to basically relive Obald killing his son over and over for like the whole game.
Yeah.
Then you'll put flowers. It'll be great.
You are just, yeah, it's pretty much how it is.
Yeah, I can't wait.
But it's a really good game. I liked it.
Bear, what's up with you this week?
Nothing. I'm going back to Utah. We're gonna celebrate our 5-year anniversary down there and spend some time with family and stuff. So,
Very
That's
nice.
fucking awesome. Kudos to you.
yeah,
That is
thank you. That's my week.
Sweet. Maggie, what about you?
I'm gonna play more Pyre and finish that maybe someday. I don't know how long it is, so I don't know how far I am, but it's been pretty fun so far. And then I get to play Vampires on Thursday, which is really awesome. And then I'm gonna be doing some more artwork on Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna be playing a new show where I hunt.
No, Maggie. No, Maggie. It's not okay, Maggie. It's not okay. It's not okay. Emmy, think of Emmy, Maggie. Think of Emmy.
I know.
Think of
I'm
Emmy.
sure EE is gonna have like a cameo where my vampire character comes in and I have to murder her or something.
No,
I'm sure he's probably.
That'll be
gonna do
fun.
that's fucked up. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
yeah, I
Maggie.
get to play that, and that'll be really exciting. That's at 10 a.m. PDT over at Roll For It. So
I think I interrupted what game it was. I'm sorry.
it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I'll be playing a vampire slayer. It'll be
Of the
fun.
Buffy
It'll be
sort.
exciting.
Sweet.
I don't even know you anymore.
What do you mean you don't know me anymore?
You've just become a vampire person.
Surround herself in fangs and
Yeah.
vampires.
Used to be about orcs, now you're just about vamps.
Well, I'm gonna blame freaking Mathis and EE. They both are like, oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do vampires. But it's kind of cool being able to play both perspectives. It'd be interesting.
Listen, as soon as Vampire's over, we'll play the Hunter rule set, and you can hunt vampires in D10 system if you want. And great time.
I'm down. I've never played that system, so I would be down with trying it out.
Cool. Scott, what do you got going on this week?
Most exciting thing that's happening is tomorrow morning. That's 8 hours from now, going live on twitch.tv/DerekMaster, where I'm doing my first session for my Mass Effect tabletop game. I'm super excited about that. It will be humans boldly going where no one has. Well, you know, it's Mass Effect. It's fun. It takes place prior to the first game, so get to see humans and how they make their mark on the galaxy. So come by and see that, and then you can learn more about other things from there.
Sweet. And if you want to tweet at the show directly, you can do that at Lost and Knit Show on Twitter. If you want to talk about the episodes or anything, you can go to the Lost Initiative subreddit. Like I said, we'll be back on Thursday. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.